Previously on Webkinz Big Brother. In light of Tess's eviction, Tess, you are evicted. Pete came to power. Congratulations, Pete. With Marissa and Pete working together.
Okay, Pete.
I'm gonna nominate Bluey and Tomato.
They targeted the other side.
I've nominated you, Bluey, and you, Tomato.
Tomato had an emotional breakdown.
I lost my entire alliance, and I'm mad at all of you. Bye!
And at the veto competition, Jeremy won it all. Congratulations, Jeremy. But with Tomato campaigning for herself,
Please don't vote me out, I'm sorry.
she had sealed her fate.
You campaigned against your husband. I have decided not to use the power of veto.
Tonight, who will win the next head of household competition? Who will they nominate for eviction? Then, will the power of veto be used to save either of the two nominees? And then, at the end of the night, who will make it to the final three? It all happens right now on Webkinz Big Brother. Guests. Hey, it's now time for the next head of household competition to commence. With one house guest down, you are all in the final four, and that means everyone, including the outgoing head of household, Pete, will be able to compete. It's now time to see who gets a guaranteed spot in the final three. It's now time for the next head of household competition to begin. This competition is called Throw That Ball, and here's how it works. You will each be given a soccer ball to throw into this wreath. If you can't make it into the wreath, you are eliminated permanently. The last house guest standing will be the new head of household. Does everyone understand?
Oh, yeah.
Then let's begin.
This HOH is more crucial than ever. I want a guaranteed spot in that final three.
I am the last remaining sneaker, and I really have to pull out this win if I want to stay in the house for the final three.
Marissa, you're up first. Go! And Marissa has made it in. Pete, you're up. And Pete makes it in. Jeremy, you're up. And Jeremy, you have made it inside the wreath, so you will continue.
I feel pretty confident in my throwing skills. I'm usually pretty accurate.
Bluey, it's your turn. Go! And Bluey has also made it in. Who will be the first to be eliminated? The wreath has now been moved a farther distance back. Marissa, you're up. And Marissa did not make it in, so you are eliminated. Pete, you're up. Go. And Pete did not make it. It's now down to Jeremy and Bluey for the next head of household. Jeremy, go. And Jeremy makes it in.
If I miss this shot, that means I'm out, and probably out of the house too.
Ready, Bluey? Throw. And Bluey also makes it in.
So it's still down to me and Bluey, and I'm just hoping I can pull this off.
All right, Jeremy, go. And Jeremy did not make it, which means congratulations, Bluey. You are the new head of household.
So I just won the head of household, which means I have a guaranteed spot in the final three, and I'm very happy about that.
So, Bluey has the power this week. What will he decide to do?
Alright, Pete, I'd like to share with you my plan going into this week.
Very good. What are you thinking?
Well, I know that the head of household does not actually matter. Whoever Bluey nominates will not affect what we can do. If either of us win the power of veto, we can make sure that we are the sole votes to evict and keep each other safe so that we can go into the final 3 with Bluey and, sadly, get Jeremy out.
That sounds pretty good. We have about a 50% chance of winning the veto.
Indeed.
How do you suppose we take action if Bluey or Jeremy were to win the veto?
Well then, we must convince whoever wins the veto to make sure that the sole vote to evict tonight does not choose either of us to send out the door.
However, if Jeremy wins, then there's no replacement nominee if we were to be the 2 nominated.
And that, my friend, is why we have to go for the veto. So Final 4 is always a very scary week in the Webkinz Big Brother house. I've never actually made it, but I do know how it works. The winner of the veto gets a guaranteed spot in the final 3.
So, although the nominees might not matter, Bluey could still have a plan. What will he do?
So going into the nomination ceremony, I don't know where I stand with Bluey, but I'm hoping that Pete and Longneck are a bigger threat.
Going into nominations, I think that me and Longneck are going to be put up. Last week, I got out Tomato, who is Bluey's wife. This is the nomination ceremony. One of my duties as head of household is to nominate 2 Webkinz for eviction. I will pull 2 slips of paper to lock in my nomination, and their faces will appear on the memory wall. The first house guest I have nominated is... The second house guest I have nominated is... I have nominated you, Pete, and you, Longneck, for eviction. Pete, you firsthand put Tomato on the block. For that reason, she went home. Longneck, you second-handedly put Tomato on the block. And for that reason, she went home. For those reasons and the purpose of avenging my wife, this nomination ceremony is adjourned.
So, Bluey has made his side clear. What does the house think of this?
So Bluey, look, I think I've caught on to the fact that Pete and Longneck are working together.
You know, I think so.
And I was thinking, we're all that we've got.
Frankly, Jeremy, all that I had is out the door. And you're part of that.
You know why I kindly tried to make that whippersnapper deal with Tomato?
I think you should make a final 3 deal with me and Bluey.
We should call ourselves the Whippersnappers. But it just didn't work out.
Tomato was having a tough week and she was trying to save herself, and that whole whippersnapper thing, that's not valid in my book. Personally, Jeremy, I don't feel that I owe you anything.
Well, that's fair enough. Man to man on the veto, huh?
We were nominated.
Really, Pete, were we?
Sorry, we don't all have high IQs.
Well, Pete, I'm here to tell you that your only shot left in this game is to win the veto, or have me win it.
I didn't mean to upset you, I was just pointing out that we're on the block.
Well, like I said, it doesn't matter, right?
Right. Longneck seems to be going a little off the rails here.
Sorry, Pete. You're just all I have left to hold on to.
That's even more the reason that we need to go out there and win that veto.
Sounds like a plan with my man, Stan.
Sure does.
With the final 4 in place, it seems like everyone is on their own. How will they fare in the Power of Veto competition? Hello, house guests.
Hi.
You are in the dashboard of a car. For this competition, you will each be answering questions about past evicted house guests. The winner of this competition will have the power of veto. Does everyone understand?
Woo!
Yep. Then let's begin. Question 1. Who was evicted 4th?
My man, James.
James.
Tess.
James.
The correct answer was James. Sorry, Jeremy, you're eliminated. Now think carefully about this one. Who was the second house guest evicted?
Wolf.
Now I know this is a trick question and that Sleepy was actually the second person evicted.
Sleepy.
The correct answer was Sleepy. If you remember, Sleepy was evicted due to medical complications before Ross.
Sleepy!
Sorry, Pete, you're out. It's down to Bluey and Marissa. Question 3. You will enter the secluded area and be given 10 seconds to name all 5 male house guests in the house. Your time starts now.
Bluey, Ross, Pete, Jeremy, and James.
That is correct. Your time starts now.
Pete, James, Bluey, Ross, Jeremy.
You both got it right, so you both move on. This is the final question. If someone does not get it wrong, or both of you get it wrong, we will move on to a tiebreaker. This time, you will have 5 seconds to name all 5 female house guests that were in the game this season. Your time starts now.
Longneck, Tess, Birdo, Tomato, Sleepy.
Thank you. Your time starts now. Tess, Birdo, Tomato, Sleepy. So my time runs out, and I realize that the female I forgot was me. The results are in, and the winner of the Power of Veto is Bluey. You have won the Power of Veto. So, Bluey may think he holds all the power this week, but what he does not possess is the right to choose who goes home.
I am about to do something I did not want to do. Okay, Bluey, I need to talk to you.
Okay, what is it?
So, we're on good terms, right?
Yes.
Well, I have been working with Pete, but you do hold all the power this week, and you nominated Pete and I to go up on the block.
Really?
Ugh, I know, it's a terrible event, but basically what I'm asking you to do is do what you need to do, but would you like to ensure my safety?
I don't know about that.
I just encourage you to talk to Pete, and talk to me, and talk to Jeremy. See what the house wants that can keep you safe in the final 3. Otherwise, you may be HOH this week, but next week you could be out.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Has Longneck lost her marbles? We won't know for sure, but let's listen in to some more strategizing.
Now, I told Bluey that that's all I was saying, but what Bluey doesn't know is that I'm gonna have a say with Jeremy in the event that the veto is not used.
Oh, hey there, Longneck.
Hi. What was it you wanted to talk to me about?
Actually, you kindly came to me.
Is that so?
Yes, it is.
Well, I don't really know what I was thinking, but Jeremy, in the event that Pete and I are the nominees at the end of the week, you realize that you will be the sole vote to evict?
Really? I did not know that.
Yes, it is true, Jeremy. And I was wondering if you would perhaps keep me safe over Pete. You know, Pete stirred the pot last week. I mean, he got Tomato out.
Now, I will say Tomato deserved what was coming for her. I'm not making any promises, but I'm sure we can work something out.
He always says that.
You know, Longneck is quickly, getting a little ahead of herself in this game. It might be in my best interest to keep her, because she could be a bigger threat than I.
So, will the nominees stay the same, or does Bluey have a different plan?
You know, this veto meeting is more important than ever. If Bluey doesn't use it, I'm safe. But if he does, I'm in jeopardy.
In this veto ceremony, whatever happens, my ship has not sunk.
This is the veto ceremony. Longneck, Pete, you've both been nominated for eviction, but I have the power to veto one of those nominations. Both of you played key roles in getting out my wife, Tomato, and my alliance. You have been secretly running the show And for those reasons, I've decided not to use the power of veto. This veto meeting is adjourned.
The nominees are in place for the night. Bluey and Jeremy have a guaranteed spot in the final 3. So, who does Jeremy want to take with him?
How's it feel, long neck?
What's that supposed to mean, Bluey? You have antagonized me this whole game, and I have had enough with it.
I know we're not the best of friends in the house, but it's nothing against you personally.
Long neck, it's Sally. We're gonna need you to sit down. Ugh. Okay. How's this?
If I could vote, I would totally get long neck out right now.
Now, I'm not one to make any promises, but this is confirming my decision. I think Marissa may be a big threat next week, and I want the target off of me.
I'm leaving.
Missed me.
I'm not gonna do this right now, long neck. Just leave.
Well, Bluey, I guess it all comes down to this. You nominated me and then didn't use the veto.
Really?
Ugh, I'm done with this. Listen up, Bluey.
Listen up, long neck. I refuse to have this happen. I am the HOH, and this is my decision. And there is nothing...
Actually, Jeremy is the one that makes the decision this week, not you.
Really?
I need some time alone. I think that I have made some mistakes this week. Usually I am really calm, but I am not going home.
With tempers flaring in the Webkinz Big Brother house, it's anyone's game. Who does Jeremy feel is the best choice to keep with him to the final 3? Let's find out. Hello, house guests.
Hey!
Well, it's now time for the live vote and eviction. Bluey, as the current head of household, you are not allowed to vote, and neither are the 2 nominees, which means, of course, Jeremy, you will be casting the sole vote to evict tonight, and there is no need for you to enter the diary room. In just a few moments, you, Jeremy, will stand in front of the 2 nominees and cast the sole vote to evict. But before you do, Marissa, Pete, you have one last chance to plead your case to Jeremy, and Marissa, you're up first tonight.
Well, fellow house guests, I'm afraid I'm going to have to let this out. Pete and I have been in an alliance called the Double Threats. Sorry, Pete, but I am going to fight to stay in this game over him. I hate to campaign against you, Pete, but this is my only choice. So, Jeremy, I think that I have made a big target on my back this week, and that you should keep me safe. Thank you. Thank you, Marissa. Pete, it's your turn.
You know, I think we can all agree that this week, Longneck is a bit derailed, and I think that the safest bet and most stable move is to keep me in the game. I love you, Longneck, and I'm sorry, but Jeremy, I think that you should keep me.
Thank you, Pete. Thank you both. It's now time for Jeremy to stand in front of the 2 nominees and cast the sole vote to evict. Jeremy, you have the floor.
Well, when casting this vote, I want you both to know that I've had an amazing time spending it all with everyone in this house. I want to remain friends with you both, and I hope you can understand my decision. Now, Longneck, I don't know what happened to you this week, but I hope we can move on and be friends outside of this house. And Pete, I'm sorry, but I think that this is the best strategic move for me to move on to the finals. And therefore, I have decided to vote to evict Pete.
It's official. Pete, you have been evicted from the Webkinz Big Brother house.
Bye guys, I love you all. Sorry, Longneck.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Hello, Pete!
Hello, how are you, Sally?
I am doing well, thank you very much. How are you feeling tonight is the question.
Well, you know, evicted, that's okay. I made it very far, I'm proud of myself.
You did. You made it 4th place, and we will see you back here on finale night when you help crown the winner of Webkinz Big Brother. Thank you, Pete.
Thank you.
Well, it's been a wild night inside the Webkinz Big Brother house, but the fun is not over yet. Tune in next time for our special season finale episode. Who will be the winner? Marissa, Jeremy, or Bluey? You'll find out in the next episode. Plus, who did you vote for as your favorite player? We'll find out then too. From outside the Webkinz Big Brother house, I'm Sally. Good night. Well, see you go. Hope it comes to the waterfall.
What the house doesn't know is that as soon as Pete and I were nominated for eviction, I staged this entire thing.